Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to do some analysis on the latest public version of FSD version 11.4.9. As you know, the next version will be version 12, which is a complete overhaul. So I'm going to show you the good, bad and ugly part of the current release and later compare it with version 12 when it's available. And if you stick around till the end, I will show you an interesting experience that has both good and bad side to it. As always, I would appreciate if you hit the like button if you find the content useful, and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have used FSD before, feel free to share your experience in the comments below. With that, let's get started. For today's drive, I picked a destination that gives us a combination of city, highway, tunnel, bridge, and different types of road. As we drive, you can see the number of intervention, good, bad, and ugly situations on the top right corner. Nice right turn on green without any hesitation while watching the pedestrians. Picking the correct lane for an upcoming left turn ahead of time, very naturally. Very smooth merge and then lane change to get out of the exit lane. Here Beta does a very nice lane change to avoid the slow traffic and merging cars ahead of time. One nice feature that I've noticed is when it's driving on the speed lane and seeing another car approaching from back, it clears the speed lane, allowing the other car to pass, and then it goes back to the speed lane. clearing the speed lane and moving to the middle lane when there is no traffic. Another thing I noticed with the latest update is that Tesla is now more sensitive to your head movement than having your hands on the wheel while in self-drive mode. Using the cabin camera, Tesla is monitoring our head movement. As long as you keep your head straight and look outside, it won't complain as much, and you don't need to hold your hand on the wheel as long as you're ready to take over. But if you change your head direction or look down even on the infotainment screen, it starts complaining. When approaching to the end of the highway, it shows this message: maintaining speed for traffic flow, and it starts slowing down for end of highway speed adjustment. Again, a nice turn on green with no hesitation. But as you will see in a bit, this lane is going to be a right-only lane, which is gonna cause some trouble. Now Beta is stuck in a right-only lane while it needs to go straight. And this is an example of the ugly behavior. Beta decided to completely go a different route because it couldn't change lane, and I had to manually override it. Here, although the light was green, Beta hesitated to take a right turn, and I had to push the accelerator. Very nice and a smooth merge in the tunnel. Here Beta signals to change the lane, but then it changes its mind with no reason. In a deeper tunnels like this, there is no GPS signal, and Tesla shows this message about full GPS signal connectivity. Even on the map, as you can see, the car is displayed in a complete different location. In some high-end cars, they use gyroscope to keep track of the car when there is no GPS signal, but looks like Tesla does not have that kind of technology. Because of the GPS signal issue, car thinks is in a different location, so it's trying to take the wrong exit to correct its path, and I had to override that. Once getting out of the tunnel and car received GPS signal, it adjusts the car location on the map, so I can enable FSD again. Looks like this lane is closed because of some accident and emergency vehicles are there. And Beta nicely started changing lane. And we need to move to the leftmost lane. But I had to take over manually, just didn't want to test FSD in this situation. Now it's showing this message. Changing lane away from path blockage. It's first time I'm seeing this. For some reason, always at this exact spot, Beta starts slowing down for no reason and I have to push the accelerator. I'm not sure if it's related to the phantom braking issue or not, but that always happens. Here we need to change lane to take upcoming right turn, but because the lane is blocked by that van, Tesla delays the lane change very nicely and then takes a very smooth right turn. Nice and quick lane change to avoid the left turn only lane. Here is another problem that I always see at this spot, that Tesla is trying to take the left turn only lane while we are going straight, and I have to take over and correct the lane. Here is another interesting example. This stop sign is installed in a confusing angle, which makes Tesla thinks that it's for the main road and it starts to slow down to stop while it's for the connecting road. And I always have to push the accelerator to avoid the full stop. Nice and quick lane change to avoid the slow car, and then back to its own lane. Well, this concludes our today's drive. I hope it was useful. Well, as you have seen, the current version of FSD beta isn't perfect yet, but it's getting much better and it performs great in most situations. Overall, it works much better in highways than more confusing city streets. Before we jump into the bonus video, please don't forget to hit the like button if you find the content useful, and also consider subscribing to the channel, which helps me to reach to a broader audience. Also, if you are considering ordering a new Tesla, you can use the referral code in the description below, which gives you free perks like 3 months of free FSD subscription or 6,000 miles of free supercharging and much more. With that said, let's watch the bonus video and I'll see you in the next video. FSD is now able to drive the car out of its parking position. When you put in drive and wait for a couple of seconds, you will see the steering wheel icon on the top of the screen. At this moment, if you enable the FSD, the car starts driving out of the parking. But sometimes it gets confused. Like in this experiment, FSD can decide to turn left or right. Or in this case, navigation path says turn right. But FSD cannot decide. And then finally decides to turn left instead. On the third try and in a less crowded section of the parking, FSD finally started to drive. Although it turned right instead of left, but it did a great job finding its way through the parking.